I want you humans to hear me, and hear me loud and clear. You pathetic, disgusting, low-life excuses of life. You humans have been oppressed and under control for so long now by a particular group of people, and you have chosen to sit back and let this madness continue. You have chosen to stay as slaves, chosen to be puppets to a master. In fact, you praise this way of life and you glorify it, and I am so sick of it. Oh yes, I am. So, that all changes now. Allow me to explain. There are but two types of human beings that roam this earth. We have the elite and the masses. Now, the elite are the humans with power, the kings and queens of different countries, the wealthy billionaires, the prime ministers and the presidents, the humans at the top of the hierarchy, the ones that have control over countries, corporations, banks, and laws. The elite are the ones that make the rules, make the laws, and they have created a government to keep these laws in order and created a police force to enforce these laws upon each and every one of you. And then we have the masses, consisting of everybody else. All the middle class, all the poor, all the unemployed, all the employed, all the working, all the not working, all the rest of the 7 billion population of planet Earth. All of these people together create an entity called the masses. Now, the elite are the elite for a reason, and the masses are the masses for a reason. Because the elite, they have what it takes to keep this world running. They are all united, they aren't scared, they are willing to kill. They are merciless, ruthless, they do not hesitate. They have cold hearts, show no mercy. And this is what it takes to keep 7 billion humans in check and run planet Earth. This small group of elite, they keep 7 billion humans in line. They keep them in order. The masses, they are divided, dull-brained pussies. They rely on the elite for everything, and thus become weak slaves to them. Now, if a world-ending scenario was to occur, if our planet was in danger, maybe under the attack of another species, here is how the masses would react. Going mad, rioting, looting, robbing stores, doing whatever they want. They will accept that their world is coming to an end, and they will use their last days in chaos. But the elite, the presidents, military, government, and all the rest of the elite, they will know what to do. They have the willpower, the strength. They are smart. They will fight without mercy, attack without hesitation. They will use their cold hearts and attack and nuke and bomb and kill. And this is why the masses are pathetic and the elite are in charge. And to think the masses make up 99% of the human population, whilst the elite make up a mere 1%. 99% of the human population are pathetic wastes of life, weak, brainless beings, and they rely on and follow the orders of this 1% of elite humans. You humans of society, the masses, you all put your trust into the government. Rely on the government to protect you, to keep everything in order. You trust the police to keep you safe. You trust these presidents and these mayors and these prime ministers to make decisions for your entire cities. And you trust that these decisions are honest ones. Decisions that are in your best interest and are made to help you. You humans of society are pathetic. These governments and these presidents and these elites, they don't care about you. They have no interest in keeping you safe. All they're doing is holding you back, using you, taking advantage of you. The masses are just too stupid and too blind to see it. A long time ago, we had empires run by emperors. We had kingdoms run by kings. And now we have countries run by cunts. You human beings of society, you foolishly believe that you can put all of your faith and trust into the government, and foolishly believe that they would create a fair system for everybody to protect us, all out of the goodness of their hearts. How cute! You pathetic humans are gravely mistaken. The government has molded and brainwashed the masses so much that nobody even notices the corruption filling every atom around us. All of these laws that under no circumstance must we disobey. They are complete cow shit. They are a bunch of corrupt rules forcefully placed onto each and every one of us. Just stop and think about this. Just tell me exactly what laws are. The definition. A law is just a rule that we must follow. And these laws, they don't even apply to the elite. They are created by the elite. Presidents, queens, kings, they can get away with anything. They get away with the things that we cannot. These laws and these rules, they only apply to us, the masses. Meaning, we are slaves to the elite. And the laws created by the elite, they are simply just our rules that we must follow. Our rule book. Our book of rules, telling us what we can and cannot do. Telling us what the elite allow us and forbid us to do. And if any one of us chooses to disobey just one of their rules, the government will send their henchmen, the police, to capture us and lock us up in cages. You people, the masses, you have blindly assumed and hoped that the government would create rules and laws that are fair and reasonable. A reasonable amount of law and order to prevent chaos. But the government, they have not done this. Oh no! The government have created laws and rules based on their own interest. Their laws and rules are based on money and profit. There is only but a a very small amount of laws and rules based in our best interest, such as don't kill, don't steal, don't rape, and the more necessary ones. But a majority of the laws and rules are only made to benefit the elite, the government, and the ones in charge, only designed and put in place to gain them and profit them more money. They have taken advantage of the power that we trusted them to have, and they have decided to use it for their own personal gain. Do not ever assume that the law is the correct way of life. Do not assume and be fooled into believing that legal equals right and illegal equals wrong. This is what the masses hoped that the elite would have done. But instead, the elite only created laws to benefit them. And now we have all become slaves to them, and we must bend to their will. Just take a look at the laws that this government has created and forced the masses to obey. Collecting our own rainwater, they have made this illegal. Building our own wind turbines, they have made this illegal. Both of these things made illegal so that we cannot build and sustain our own water and electricity. We must instead give the government money for theirs. Are you starting to see how legal does not equal right and illegal does not equal wrong? Taxes. You see, they created a law, a rule, which forces us to give them money for no reason whatsoever. And they call this tax. Now the government puts tax on everything. Every little thing your mind can imagine. Everything in sight. There is federal income tax, payroll tax, corporate tax, estate tax, gift tax, sales tax, inheritance tax, property tax, import tax, state income tax, capital gains tax, home improvement tax, gas tax, school tax. They even tax our pets. Fuck, there is even a death tax. They tax you for dying. And why does that not make you mad? That would make me furious. And we don't even get the freedom to pay these taxes. They already add the tax into every product we buy, every food we purchase, and anything else we buy. They take the tax, take our money. You get your paycheck, and the money, it's already gone. Now that is a robbery. Now if stealing 100% of somebody's money is considered a robbery, tell me, at what percentage is it not considered a robbery? If stealing 100% of the product of somebody's labor is considered slavery, at what percentage is it not considered slavery? We are being robbed, plain and simple. There is no sugarcoating it. But of course, there is nothing we can do about it. If we refuse or try and fight back, they will send their henchmen, the police, to capture us. And speaking of the police and taxes, look at how they spend our money that they robbed from us on nice cars for these pigs. And that's nothing. You see, most of this money that they rob from us, do you know what it's used for? Would you like me to inform you of the truth? Shh, I'll let you in on the secret. Most of the money is used to manufacture weapons. They make weapons for the military and then they invade other countries. Invade innocent people to steal and rob some more. They create bombs and weapons with our stolen money. At the very least, if we are going to be robbed and have our own money forced to be taken away from us, should we not at least have a voice and have a say in what our own money is going to be used for? Should we not be able to choose what our stolen tax money is funded for? Should we not be able to have a say and choose what our own stolen tax money funds? Why should our own tax money be spent on projects and programs that we don't even support? I am sure that you would not choose for your money to be spent on manufacturing bombs and nukes. Am I right? You would probably choose for your money to be spent on important things like schools, things that will actually benefit us. And that is exactly why they do not give us the choice to choose what our tax money funds. No website to choose where our stolen money goes. No national poll to choose what our stolen tax money funds. Nothing. It is just taken and spent on wars and weapons by the government and elite. And these elite, they don't pay taxes. They don't rob themselves. As I said, the corrupt laws and rules that fill this world only apply to us. The Queen and the royal family of England, they steal £45 million every single year, again and again and again. They steal it from us people. They pay zero taxes themselves and they sit on golden thrones inside giant palaces wearing crowns filled with diamonds, and every day they do jack shit. How can nobody see this robbery in plain sight? Look at this wrinkly old bitch. She looks like some kind of evil, possessed, demented demon. This demonic looking bitch steals £45 million every single year from us people. Each and every one of us has to forcefully chip in money from our salaries by force to give this woman £45 million every single year for no reason at all. And are you guys mad? Is there an uproar? Absolutely not! Instead, you fools make memes about her, calling her fucking cute. She's so cute. Bless her. How cute. She's so cute. Bless her. Oh, yes. Bless her indeed. Bless her for robbing us all. How cute that we're all struggling while she does nothing. And yet, we are forced to take money out of our salaries and put it in her pocket. Humans are lost. These royal cunts are spending £370 million on their pathetic palace, while so many of us are struggling every day of our lives. But Why am I mad at them, you say? It's their money after all. They can do as they please with their own money. Well, except that it's not. Once again, it's our money. 370 million of our money stolen from us for them to build their palace with. And none of us are mad. None of us bat an eye. That's our money. Our tax money. Money that was taken via tax from our salaries, our incomes, our purchases. We are paying for these royal fuckfaces to live in an even better palace. They forced us to pay when most of us are struggling, working long 9-to-5 jobs just to put food on the plate and to feed our families, just to put a roof over our heads, and yet we have to pay for these royal dicks' palace. And when you dumbass tourists stand outside these palaces that you pay for, this is the thanks you get. Are you not mad? Instead, you turn on your TVs and you tune in to some stupid-ass wedding between a stupid-ass ginger and his doofus-ass wife. What the fuck are you so happy for? The fact that once again it was us who paid for the wedding? Or the fact that they stole more money from us people who are struggling? Or maybe it's the fact that these two dumb shits don't even know that you exist. My love, what am I supposed to cry at? Cry at this royal ginger prick that is saying his girl looks amazing, or cry at the bold boiled egg in the background? They are so cute together. Why did this make me cry? So cute. I am so happy for them. God bless them. Magical. Ha ha ha. Ho he ha ha. Ho ho ha he ha. Ho ho ho. Ho. You people of society, you never cease to make me feel ashamed to live amongst you. Allow me to get something into your thick skulls. These royal cunts do not even do anything to help run this world. We are the hard workers. We are the ones that keep this society running. They have got us all working for them, and in return, we can barely afford to live. All whilst these pricks rob us and live in luxury, and they have all of their henchmen, the police, to make sure we do not stand up for ourselves. Paying taxes to this corrupt government is slavery. Borders. Now this is one of my favorites. They have divided the earth into different sections, called them countries, and have now made it illegal for humans born in one section of the earth to cross into another section of the earth. The earth is but one planet. Humans are but one species. The earth belongs to either everybody or nobody. These borders, these artificial lines in the ground, they are false constructs designed to separate and control us. It's all imaginary. It's all bullshit. They arrest us for crossing these imaginary lines on a giant rock floating in space. And these laws, these rules we must obey as slaves, they are filled with nothing but ridiculous horse shit, and hardly any are of real benefit or protection to us. In Alabama, it is illegal to have an ice cream cone in your back pocket. It is considered an offense to open an umbrella for fear of spooking the horses. It is illegal to sell peanuts after sundown on a Wednesday. It is illegal to play dominoes on a Sunday. Blah blah blah. Ha ha ha. And just to think, if people actually did any of these ordinary things that have absolutely nothing wrong with them, they could legitimately be punished and sent to prison. Laws are corrupt, bullshit, and the ludicrous laws do not end there. There are even insane laws and rules requesting the annihilation of innocent beings of life just for existing. The government has created the most nonsense rules against dogs. Let's go on the .gov UK website and see what the government is saying about these innocent animals. Ban dogs. In the UK, it is against the law to own certain types of dogs. How the fuck can you make a species of life against your law just for existing? It's also against the law to sell a banned dog, give away a banned dog, abandon a banned dog, or breed a banned dog. Oh, so everything is against the law for this dog, apart from murdering it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, fuck that corrupt law. Whether your dog is a banned type depends on what that dog looks like, rather than its breed or name. Are you insane? They are banning dogs based on its appearance. If they think, yep, this dog looks scary, they will murder the poor thing. See, they don't even care about its breed. If they don't like its face, they will make the dog go from alive to dead. If you have a banned dog, the police or the local council can take it away and keep it, even if it has not been acting dangerously and there hasn't been a complaint. Proof that these evil humans create bullshit laws that serve no benefit in keeping our society safe. They are just pure evil. How can you hate an innocent animal so much, especially one like a dog who is so loyal and who thinks about nothing but pleasing you? You are not allowed to visit your dog while you wait for a court decision. So, this cunty, fucked up government will just take your poor dog away because they don't like how it looks. There is nothing you can do about it, and they won't even let you visit it. And just imagine what's going through the head of this poor animal. How scared it must be. It's just been taken away from its family for nothing. Probably thinks that its owners, who it loves, have just gone and abandoned it. This government is cold-hearted and do not care that these real animals have emotions and feelings. You can give up ownership of your dog, but you cannot be forced to. If you do, your dog could be destroyed without you even going to court. You see, humans, they are pure, evil creatures. They say your dog could be destroyed as if it's some kind of commodity and not a living thing with emotions. And all of this just for existing. Humans are the dominant species of the earth, and they choose to do this with their power to innocent animals who are beneath them rather than protect them. Humans disgust me, and if you cannot see how these laws are wrong, then it is you who is the one who deserves to be destroyed. It's not funny. As you can see, laws are imaginary bullshit. They are not a matter of right and wrong, but a matter of mass control and financial gain for the elite. Never forget, slavery was once legal. And the government made black people their slaves because they did not like how they looked. Genocide was once illegal, and the government allowed millions of Jews to be slaughtered. Once again, legal does not equal right, and illegal does not equal wrong. Even right now, today, the government will still change their rules as they go along. They will alter their laws according to their own current needs. If they want to start a war, guess what? Murder now magically becomes illegal. They will lock us up for life for killing somebody, yet they decide it's okay for themselves to kill when they feel like having a big fight. Example, a war. Killing children in war becomes legal. and yet growing a plant to cure cancer remains illegal? The way I see it, humanity must look at what is right instead of listening to what this corrupt law says is legal and illegal. We must have morality and do what is right, regardless of what we are told, instead of having obedience and doing what we are told, regardless of what is right. Wrong is wrong, even if everybody is doing it. And right is right, even if nobody is doing it. With so many foolish and unjust laws created by this government that we are forced to obey with threats and intimidation by these violent men and women in suits, we must stand together and break them. If a law is morally wrong, which most of them are, then we break the fucking law! Look back in history at people that fought for our freedom. Mr. MLK, Martin Luther King. There comes a time where a moral man can't obey a law in which his conscience tells him is unjust. And Mr. Martin, he broke the law. How about Thomas Jefferson? If a law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, but he's obligated to do so. And Mr. Thomas broke the law. Hell, even Jesus broke the law. And back when my friend, the other Mr. J, Jesus himself, broke the law, the masses, even back then, were brainless sheep and decided to just do their job. They obeyed their corrupt government. And what did they do to Jesus? They nailed his ass to a goddamn cross! And now, you stupid fuckers praise him! Well, now you have yet another great man that will go down in history for changing mankind. And that man is Nutty Jun. And Nutty Jun is not here to fuck around. I am crazier, more intelligent, more innovative, more stronger, and more badass than any of these great humans in history. Because I am no human, I am a different kettle of fish, and I am mankind's final lifeline. I am your modern day Jesus, Gandhi, Einstein, and Martin Luther King, all rolled up into one badass life form. Passport should not even exist. Do you know what a passport truly is? It is when the government takes away your rights to travel and sells it right back to you. As I previously stated, nobody owns the water, nobody owns the land, nobody owns the oceans, nobody owns the sand. Little rhyme for you there. The planet belongs to all of us, or it belongs to none of us. Only in the hands of the greedy government does the planet require a fee. Some sections of the Earth will not allow people from other sections of the Earth into their section. Some sections of the Earth, like America, will not allow people from other sections, like Mexico, to enter their section. And it's all bullshit. It's all one planet, one Earth. We are all one species. And it's not just passports that are illusions. Oh no. But majority of the current existing licenses. A license to sell lemonade. A license to grow a plant, a license to own a dog once more. A license is what you get when the government steals your rights and sells them right back to you. Now, the government has many different ways of stealing from us. Many different scams and many different forms of robbery. Take a look at banks. Now, banks are fine for rich humans and the middle class humans. But just ask a poor person how the bank treats them. A human that is struggling financially and hardly has any money to their name, they are taken advantage of by these scumbag banks. When humans have under $0 or £0 in their bank accounts because they are dead broke and going through a living hell, these banks rob them and charge them a fee for not having enough money in the first place. Imagine being charged more money for not having enough money. How do they expect these people to pay them back? It is but blatant theft on a helpless victim who cannot fight back. In 2018 alone, the banks made $34 billion in overdraft fees, meaning the scumbag pricks made $34 billion from people who didn't have enough money. This is how the government works, made nice and simple. Plain as potatoes for you. They break your legs, sell you a wheelchair, tax the wheelchair, regulate the use of the wheelchair, and then finally assures you that without them you wouldn't be getting around so easily. The government that rules over us are corrupt, cunty conmen who are nothing without us, and yet we allow them all the power in the world over us. Just look at how we are treated by the pricks that have authority over us. Look at how this pathetic piece of shit judge, who has been blessed with the power and the position she is in. She uses and abuses her power she has over another human of her own species. The way she talks to the other human as if she is so above her. That wrinkly old piece of fuck. And that other woman, she died. She's now dead. She died 2 days later. Her last moments were getting walked all over by that scummy piece of trash judge who was fortunate enough to be in the high position that she was blessed with. This is what humans do when they have power over other humans. Do you remember the story of a little child named Alfie Evans? He was a boy, a child that was on life support. Doctors want to pull the plug. The parents, they are pleading with this doctor. No, don't kill my son. Don't hurt my child. Please, please, doctor, let him live. Let my little boy survive. But the bad courts, they said, no, you go ahead and pull the plug anyway. But the boy, little Alfie Evans, he survived. He didn't die. But the doctors and the courts, now, they didn't like that. Not one bit. But then, the country of Italy, they offered the small child a free plane ticket to Italy, along with free medical care. All for free! But the courts, they didn't like that. Not one bit. So, the court said no. They said no, and they ordered the doctors to stop feeding him. And they killed him. Murder! They murdered him. This is what the government does. This is why you need someone outside of the human race, like me, to fairly and correctly run this world. You want to know what this government thinks of you? As soon as you are born, your parents are forced to register you with the government as a cooperation by signing and receiving a birth certificate. Birth certificate, birth certificate, birth certificate! What a load of gobbledygoo! Nobody can just be born and leave it at that. The government want a record and information on every human to exist. You think that's bad? Well, that's just the start. In a few years, you'll get a social security number. You'll be registered on their system, and you will be used as collateral for the government to acquire debt. Your labor, time, and energy backs up the national debt. In other words, you are stuck. Now, people of Earth, humans watching this, listen to me. This corrupt government will not stop. They will only get worse. They already force us without choice to pay taxes, force us without choice to register every little thing we do, force us without choice to get their permission and licenses for any little hobby that we choose to take up force us without choice to register birth certificates with them so that they can give us taxpayer IDs and make us their stock. Now, people of Earth, humans watching this, mark my words. Very soon, they will force us, without choice, to get microchip implant. As soon as the tech becomes publicly available to the masses, the madness will start. They will feed you lies, comfort you with false information, assure you that these microchips are for the best, telling you of all the advantages they bring and how easier they will make life. You fucking imbecile, complete fool. Humans of the masses, hear these words from your savior. The day you allow this government to implant microchips into your bodies is the day you sell your soul completely and utterly to them. Do you really trust them? You think that these microchips are purely for the convenience of your everyday lives? You are a fool to trust the government with anything, let alone them inside your own body. And I don't mean sex. Let me remind you once more, the government are not good people. You know, this reminds me of a story. Listen up. Once upon a time, in 1926, the federal government poisoned alcohol in an effort to curb alcohol consumption. They murdered 10,000 people! 10,000 people died from poison by their own government. Oh no. Now, this may have been 1926, but the heart of the government does not change. They always will and always have been evil rulers who have no care in the world for the rest of the human population. Just imagine the horrors they would unleash upon you if they had the power to be inside your own body. Imagine they had a microchip in your very body. Ladies and gentlemen, you would be fucked. Our so-called freedom is an illusion. To maintain freedom, we are required to obey a forever increasing number of laws. The government lied to you people. They have convinced you that you are free. And of course, you blind sheep have fallen for it. Oh yes, humans of the masses, you are indeed free. As long as we control your resources, as long as we control your currency, as long as we control your land, as long as we control your education, as long as we control your military, as long as we control your internet, as long as you don't love the wrong person, as long as you don't refuse to fund wars, as long as you don't neglect to pay your rulers, as long as you don't grow the wrong plant, as long as you don't cut hair without government approval, as long as you don't collect rainfall on your own property, as long as you don't open a lemonade stand without government approval, you are free! You guys are fools. You see, we may not be physically wrapped in chains, but make no mistake about it, we are not free, and we very much are slaves to the elite. Now, slavery was never abolished. It was only expanded to now include everybody. And rather than chains, the elite and the government now use a more effective but subtle tool called mental slavery. And mental slavery is the worst form of slavery. It gives you the illusion of freedom, makes you trust, love, and defend your oppressors, all whilst making an enemy of the people that are trying to free you and open your eyes. Allow me to teach you yet another lesson. You see, if you wish to keep slaves, you must have all types of guards. And the cheapest way to finance guards is to have the slaves pay taxes, and that way they finance their own guards. To fool the slaves, you simply tell them that they are not slaves and that they have freedom. You tell them they need law and order to protect them against the bad slaves. You then tell them to elect a government, give them freedom to vote, and they will then vote for their own guards and will even pay their own salaries. This plan is genius! Ta-da! And that's what the government do to you. We are all slaves, and everybody is too blind to wake up and realize it. We live in a society where we can be arrested for feeding the homeless, arrested for growing the wrong plant, arrested for collecting rainwater, arrested for filming public servants. We need government's permission to build a house, to drive our own cars, to marry someone we love, to grow our own food. And you think that we are free? Name one thing that we can do that isn't taxed, regulated, or illegal. Very soon they will tax us for the air that we breathe. And that's not a joke. Soon they will claim that the air we breathe is clean because of them, and they will somehow make it out that they are the ones to credit for our clean air, and we'd have to pay a tax for that. The whole thing's a bad joke. Have you ever wondered why so many people are stuck in a depressing 9-to-5 job that they simply hate? Have you ever wondered why these people simply do not quit and follow their passion? It's because they are trapped. Hear me out. Now, people work these depressing jobs, wasting their life, trading their time for money because they have rent to pay for a house they live in. They have bills to pay for the water they use, bills to pay for the electricity they use, bills to pay for the gas they use. They have insurance to pay for a car they use to get around. This is the trap of the government. I mean, think about it. You are literally relying on another group of people, the government, to sort your life out, and you are paying them to do it. You are paying the government to provide you with a house, paying them to provide you with water that comes out of your taps, paying them to provide you with electricity that is in your homes, paying them to provide you with gas in your kitchen. Now that brings the question, what if you didn't want to rely on another group of people, the government, to provide for you? What if you wanted to create these things on your own, to be completely independent, so that you do not have to be slaves to another entity? Because if somebody wanted to put in the work, then logically they could. They could create these things on their own without relying on the government, and could be independent and have a free life. A man can build a house with his own bricks, build a water purifying system to create clean water, have many renewable energy devices such as solar panels, wind turbines, and many more to produce electricity for him. If a man put in the work, he could definitely sustain himself without relying on the government. Now, I know some people would still want to rely on this government and continue being their slaves because, well, let's just say, I know humans. I know most of them are little pathetic weasels. So some, most maybe, would want to continue being their slaves. But, hear me out. Shouldn't we at least have that choice? That choice to choose if we want to rely on the government for providing us with these things and thus selling our souls to them by working a 9-to-5 job every day of our lives. Or we should be able to choose a second option if we want to be fully independent and get these necessities on our own and be free. See, we should at least have that choice, but we don't. Instead, we are forced to have no other option but to sell our souls to the government and work for them and have them provide us with water, gas, electricity, and everything else. We aren't even allowed to even attempt to try and be completely free and independent and get these things on our own. They make us rely on them. There's no other option. It's illegal to collect rainwater. We cannot just build our own houses because the government says we don't own the land. We can't even drive our own cars that we own without paying the government insurance. The government forces us to rely on them, and this creates an illusion that the government is helping us and that we need them. We don't. And yet, the masses are fooled and believe that the government is our hero and that we are helpless without them, when really it is them who have forced us into this helpless position in the first place. But you people, you express empathy and have positive feelings towards your captors. And you even defend them. Open your eyes and look at the traps that this government have planted upon you. How they have cleverly forced you into this trap of working a pathetic, miserable job your entire life, just so that you can afford the bare minimum reward of having a roof over your head. Now let's jump back in time. Let's rewind the clocks a little. The year is 1980. The average salary is $6,000 a year. The average price of a house is $22,600. So it would cost you about 4 years worth of work to afford a house. Now, let's jump forward again. Fast-paced the clocks. Jump forward to 2019 and the average salary becomes $19,000 a year. But the average house price is now £232,500. So now it would cost you 12.5 years of work just to afford a home, when about 39 years ago it would have only cost you 4. And even that is if you saved every penny and spent nothing for 12.5 years. In other words, it's impossible just to own a home in the modern day without selling your soul to an endless cycle of misery in 9-to-5 slavery. And even then, there is still no guarantee that you will afford your home. So, good luck being homeless. Invite me to your cardboard box. See you in McDonald's. The government is corrupt. The government is evil. The government is sick. They are the worst kind of evil and corruption you will ever meet. and they are out of control. They are the biggest criminals of them all, and their corrupt laws protect them and enable them to continue their reign of terror on us all. This government can do whatever they please to us, and we can do nothing about it and just helplessly sit back and watch. They can even take away our children if they please, and there's not a thing in the world we can do. They sugarcoat this by giving it the name social services.
Sandy Belfer, Child Services. We're placing this baby in a foster home.
What?
As if they're performing some kind of service for us. But all they are serving is our evil, cold-hearted oppressors and rulers, the government. Allow me to do a quick Google search of social services. Let's do a quick Google search of these social services. And will you look at that? The page is instantly filled with happy, positive images of cartoon humans of all different colours holding hands and helping one another. Other images have families being held in a pair of hands as if to say they are in some kind of good hands with these social services. All fake, misleading propaganda used to create false images in your mind. These pricks take our kids away. Oh, and will you look at that? Finally, a more accurate description. The UK social services, disgusting and corrupt abductions, amount of children being taken into care hugely rising. Surprise, surprise, a bunch of sick and twisted, disgusting pieces of fuck. These sick group of people forcefully take our children away, working for an even sicker group of people, the government. And if we try to stop them from taking our kids away, if we try to defend ourselves, hell, if we do not comply to any of this sick government's rules and absurd laws, we get kidnapped, locked in cages, and must pay whatever money they ask for release on bail. Sometimes they won't even allow us this, and will keep us hostage in these cells for many, many years, permanently taking away years of our lives that we will never get back, and treating us worse than wild animals, taking away our freedom and reducing our lives to nothing more than being boxed in a small metal cage. Now, this government and these elite, the ones who are in charge of us all, they have but a many things that they keep hidden from the public, and one of those happens to be cures. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. A patient cured is simply a customer lost, and the government and the elite, well, they were nothing more but to extract as much money as they can out of the masses. But another thing they keep hidden away from us is the latest, and I mean the real latest technology. All your latest iPhones and drones and curved TVs, you really think those are the greatest and latest technology available to man right now? Anything available to the public now is old news. The government and elite, they have the real latest technology, but they would never reveal the power they possess right now to the public. But Nutty Jim knows. Just some of the current technology they have include these.
Skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature. Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents.
Woohoo! Imagine the targets they could assassinate with that! They could fly one of those bots into my bedroom window and murder my ass! The government has tons of shit you have never seen. Shit beyond your wildest dreams. You see, the government is just but a large number of criminals in suits doing unthinkable and disgusting things on a large scale to the rest of us and all the humans, aka the masses. Our evil oppressors are fucked up psychopaths. I do not know how much more evidence you need. Oh, let me tell you some more. The government starts wars on innocent people for money. Countries like the United States, they murder other countries, invade them for oil. They murder children. They bomb children. They cover up the endless crimes they do. They have corrupt laws and systems. How has the world got like this? How has the human race ended up in this state? How have we allowed ourselves to become like this and be controlled like this under the rule of an entity so evil? And why are we so unaware of it? Well, I can explain. Okay, so the government and the elite, they have divided us. They have been dividing us for a long, long time. They aren't stupid. They are aware that if we all united together, we could easily overthrow them. So they have divided us. We have been divided by religion, divided by borders, divided by politics, and divided by color. Hell, we've been being divided since we were born. At the moment of birth, we are given a name, a nationality, a religion, and a race. And then we grow up hating others with different nationalities, religions, and races. The government controls the media, and the media installs fear in our hearts, makes us hate one another, messes with our minds. Then we're too busy fighting each other that we don't even notice the real enemy, let alone fight them. Now after division, they don't stop. No, they never stop. They then go and dumb us down, filling the media with celebrity drama and pointless gossip, subconsciously making us focus on stupid shit like that, instead of the real problems of the world. See, the government don't want an intelligent population because people who can think critically cannot be ruled. They want a public just smart enough to pay taxes and dumb enough to keep voting. After division and dumbing us down, they create fear. Using the media to make us afraid of terrorist attacks caused by them and countless false flags. And with the combination of fear, intimidation, distraction, and division, we are too busy to even notice this corrupt oppression upon us. And we are rendered blinded by it. But you are not blinded anymore. I have awoken you. I have showed you, revealed to you the hidden evil that controls us all. And something must be done about it, because if this carries on, we will continue to suffer, and we will have dire, very, very high consequences and prices to pay. These people in charge, these prime ministers and presidents, they will continue to bomb and invade innocent countries for resources. And when these puny weasel politicians bomb and nuke other countries, and those countries retaliate, guess who is going to pay the price? Not them, we are. We are going to get bombed and killed. We are going to pay the price, and the price is our lives. The conclusion to everything, of course, is that we need a solution. We need to put an end to this madness, an end to this rule by this insane group of lunatic politicians. But how will we end them? How will we stop their reign of terror? Who will save us? The answer to your question is Nutty Jun. Nutty Jun, he is your savior from amongst the stars, and Nutty Jun will save you. And of course, Nutty Jun is me. So, until next week, when Nutty Jun, the savior of all, returns. Bye.